Good morning friends, welcome to Sharekhan pre-market view. Indian market started the May series on a very positive note with both the benchmark indices closing on a very positive note. Sensex put on over 450 points gain, whereas Nifty put on 150 points gain. This was on the back of short covering on the background that markets had lost close to 7% without any bounce in the previous few weeks. We had buying coming in across the board. The oil and gas sector was sharply up. Even the banking stocks did well, and certain mid-cap stocks continued to do well. Net, it was an extremely positive session for the Indian markets. If you look at the cues from global market, they continue to be positive. Yesterday, on the back of good data in the US market, wherein factory order output rose by 2.1% for the month of April. Against expectation of 1.9% gave certain momentum. Also certain comments from the Fed officials led to the continued positive momentum in the US market. Dow closed up by about 46 points, Nasdaq was up by about 11 points, and S&P put on a 6 points gain. If you look at the cues from Asia, ex-Japan, which is closed till Thursday, cues are mixed. Hang Seng is up by about close to 81 points till now, and Chinese market is down a little bit. Singapore Nifty is indicating a negative opening by about close to 17 to 18 points amid mixed cues and a sharp rally yesterday. If you look at the flows continue to be subdued from FIIs. They were buyers, but small buyers of about 60 crores in the cash market. They sold index future worth 280 crores. Whereas DIs were small buyers of 147 crores in the cash market yesterday. Now after this gap down opening of about 20 points, 18 to 20 points, let's have a view from our derivative desk as to how Nifty is likely to perform throughout the day.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. The Indian benchmark indices started the May series on a very strong note. As we have seen, that Nifty started the session with gap up opening of around 30 to 40 points. Later it continued to inch higher, backed by gains in many of the blue chip counters like Bajaj Auto, M&M, HCL Technology, which were up in the range of 4 to 8% each. Later, taking positive cues from the European markets, Nifty continued its northward journey and made a fresh intraday high at around 8390 odd levels. And finally, it ended the session near the day's high at 8372 levels with a significant gain of more than 1.50%. In this period, we have seen that short positions were squared off by market players as open interest decreased by 2.64% from 1 crore 96 lakhs to 1 crore 91 lakhs. Approximately 5.18 lakh shares were reduced in open interest, and Nifty futures price increased by approximately 130 rupees from 8244 to 8372 odd levels. On the other hand, Nifty cost of carry decreased by 26.19% from 9.97% to 7.36%. Also, Nifty futures premium decreased significantly from 62 points to 40 odd levels. On the options front, PCR is increased by 4% from 0.95 to 0.99, which is clearly indicating that put option has seen good build-up than call option. India VIX was during the session, India VIX was trading up by 4 to 5% each, but it finally settled at 0.46% at 17.31%. In the options activity, we have observed that 8,400 call option has added significant number of shares in open interest, as it has added approximately 64.22% shares in open interest, followed by 8,600 which has added 38% shares in open interest, then 8,500 which has added approximately 11.60% shares in open interest. Currently 8,600 call option stands with highest number of shares in open interest. On the put option side, we have seen that 8,200 put option has added significant number of shares in open interest. It has added approximately 28% shares in open interest, followed by 8,300 which has added 24% shares in open interest, then 8,100 which has added approximately 21% shares in open interest. Currently 8,100 put option stands with highest number of shares in open interest. Looking at the options activity, we may see market would be in a wide range, as 8,100 put option has seen good build-up, and on higher side 8,600 call option has seen a good build-up, which may act as a still resistance going forward. On band period front, there is no security in band period today, and yesterday FIs were net buyers of 2,200 odd crores in future and option segment. They were net sellers of 280.49 crore index futures. They were net buyers of 2,287.84 crore in index options. They were net buyers of 749.38 crore in futures, and they were net buyers of 105.39 crore in stock options. A 5-day CVM stands at 8275. Lower range for the market would be 8275, which may act as a good support on intraday basis. And higher range would be 8544, which is our monthly straddle breaking point on higher side. Once Nifty crosses this level and is able to sustain above this level, we can see higher targets on the Nifty. Currently Singapore Nifty is down by 20 points, which is at 8344 levels. We may see a marginal flattish to negative start in Nifty futures today. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, let's have a look at trading ideas for the day. The first one being SAIL and NMDC. Now both these PSUs are looking to set up an ultra mega steel plant in Chhattisgarh's Buster region. This plant would have 3 million tons capacity and would have an overall investment outlay of close to 18,000 crores. This is positive for both the companies, so one can long SAIL with stop loss of close to 70 for potential upside of 75. One can also long NMDC with stop loss of close to 127 for potential upside of 135. Now yesterday Cognizant came out with its numbers. Now Q1 CY15 numbers were quite robust. Even the guidance that they have provided of 19.3% augurs well for most of the IT companies and could have a positive rub-off effect on Indian IT companies. One can long TCS with stop loss of 2455 for potential upside of 2525. Now in a setback for M&M, its Korean subsidiary company came out with its auto sales number yesterday, which showed a decline of 8.1% YOY, and the number came in at 12,531 units. So this is negative for M&M, and one can short M&M with stop loss of close to 1220 for potential downside of 1175. Moving on to news update. Now government is ready for slowdown on GST bill today. As per sources, both Trinamool Congress as well as BJD has pledged their support towards this bill. DLF is likely to launch a rupees 3,600 crore mortgage-backed security issue in the next 2 months. Now Maharashtra government is looking and planning to start housing fund. This will encourage people to save money for a house, and to a certain extent would benefit the housing finance companies, which would get a boost because of this move. Now Vedanta's Kane India's impairment is credit negative as per Moody's. Looking at certain important results which came out yesterday, Canfin Homes Q4 PAT came in at 22.89 crore versus 20.1 crore YOY. The numbers are broadly in line. If you look at SKS Microfinance, they came out with a good number YOY. However, this is below street expectation. The number which came in was 40.5 crore versus 27.1 crore YOY. However, expectation was close to 50 crore, so a little bit of setback for SKS Microfinance. V-Guard came out with its numbers. There was a decline YOY. The number came in, PAT came in at 20.07 crore versus 20.4 crore YOY. Also, Polisim and Lafarge win US antitrust approval to merge. The consolidation in the retail sector continues. The Kishore Biyani-led Future Retail yesterday announced its merger with the retail arm of Sunil Mittal's Bharti on Monday, just a day after Aditya Birla came out with its overall retail consolidation plan. Important results which are likely to drive the markets today, the most important one being Kotak Mahindra Bank, estimate here is 475 crores. Oriental Bank of Commerce, expectation is close to 300 crore. Dabur India, estimate here is 275 crore. Muthoot Finance 160 crore. ABB India, expectation here is 88 crores. South India Bank, estimate being 75 crore, and FSL, estimate here is 63.4 crore. Watch list for the day: stock with positive bias, we have Reliance Infra, Hindalco and Infi, whereas one can short stock like Exide Industry and SKS Micro from intraday trading perspective. A stop loss of 1.5 to 2% should be kept on each of these trades. Moving on to stocks for long-term investment, we like Sun Pharma, TCS, L&T, Maruti and SBI. That's it friends, we have. Thank you.